This is a Ramping Up Your English book review. If you've taken an interest in the theme of trains and railroads, you can grow that interest with Trains magazine. This is for the serious rail fan or just anyone who loves trains. Each issue has a main theme, this one about Western steam engines clearing the tracks of snow and ice. Since the featured events were for photographers, there are incredible pictures in this special winter and holiday issue. This issue also features Union Station in Kansas City, a beautifully remodeled historic train station served by Amtrak's Southwest Chief during its nighttime run between Chicago and Los Angeles. Trains magazine is also a good source of finding railroad museums closest to your home. If you want to know more, visit their website. I found my copy at a newsstand and I just couldn't resist buying it. This has been a Ramping Up Your English book review. I'm John Letts. Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate level English language learners. You can watch and download this program by visiting archive.org/details/RogueTV. Choose Ramping Up Your English from the sidebar or choose my name, John Letts. You can see this program on Channel 15 in Ashland and Channel 182 on Charter Cable. This is Episode 9, Segment 3. I'm going to look at my watch again. Well, it looks like this program is running on time, so we must be on the right track. The first segment showed all the cars of the Sunset Limited, the westbound train pulling out of that huge train yard. You'll find a list of these cars on my website, letscreate.org, if you want to practice describing a train by listing its parts. For now, let's climb back aboard the eastbound Sunset Limited for the final part of its journey to New Orleans. Amtrak Sunset Limited rolls east from Los Angeles to New Orleans. Part 4 brought us to San Antonio, Texas. Fueling up in San Antonio, we had a bird's eye view of scrap metal awaiting recycling. Here it waits in a gondola. From there, we rolled into Houston, seeing that city's skyline well before arriving at the station. Houston is the 4th largest city in the United States. Shipping, petroleum, medical services, and now financial services keep Houston prosperous. When my ancestors arrived here in the early 1900s, they could never have imagined these skyscrapers. Many of my relatives live in Houston. My great-aunt took my family to see some of this great architecture built. These towers of steel and glass were built with oil money and made habitable by air conditioning. Downtown Houston is an impressive cityscape, but there's nothing impressive about Houston's tiny, artless train station. It's as if the city's ashamed of this great train. Now we're moving away from the train station. Between Houston and Beaumont, we crossed the Lost River. I guess the river is lost somewhere down there under all that water. Next stop, Beaumont, Texas. It's near Beaumont where the infamous Spindletop oil field was discovered. Petroleum continues to be important to Beaumont in the form of petrochemical plants, and a lot of that gets shipped from this port. After the small town of Orange, Texas, we crossed the Sabine River into Louisiana. There's no shortage of wetlands here. This was once a no man's land, wedged between Louisiana and Texas. Today, it's definitely part of Louisiana, and it's very wet. This is stubble left over from the previous year's rice crop. It leads right up to this towering rice dryer.
Rice field with just a couple of big old oak trees in the middle. Someone used to live out there, no doubt.
Seeing rice fields made me feel at home. I was fortunate to work on my uncle's rice farm when I was a teenager. Out in the field on a tractor, I would wave at Southern Pacific's Sunset Limited, never dreaming that someday I would get to ride this train.
A lot of cypress. Here we go. Mermentau River. This is Mermentau. So that's a rice field. That's a big rice field. Esterwood. Rice mill. We should be going right along Mill Street.
The rice mills to the south of the track told me that we were in Crowley, the rice capital of the world, in my hometown.
So there's the train cars that take the rice away.
Say D at the intersection.
So we might. That kind of thing.
Here's our street we turn on.
Yep, Avenue F. And here's Parkerson. Your dad should be getting a view right of downtown Crowley. Let me get this first.
Daddy? Daddy? Crowley.
This is Lafayette, the closest station to Crowley. The Sunset Limited continued eastward through New Iberia and on to New Orleans, but we got off here.
Oh, welcome back to Ramping Up Your English. Checking my stopwatch, I see that we're running on time, and we have time to do a couple of FAQs. Question: if someone already speaks English, is there any value in watching Ramping Up Your English? Well, actually, there is value in it in several ways. Many native English speakers can improve their language skills using methods we use here. As with people from other language backgrounds, there's a tendency to stop growing in a language once it meets your needs. Working with this program can elevate your native language skills by focusing on forms and functions of English you might seldom use, but desire to use now. It's also fun to watch train videos. Question: I see ads when I watch your video clips by following the links on your website. What's up with that? Well, those ads don't earn me any money. The music I use is licensed for nonprofit use, such as public access TV. My links take you to YouTube, which is for profit, and so the ads pay the creators of the music, so they earn their share through those ads. Remember, you can just click on the X and make those pesky ads go away. Well, it's time to get this train on track. I want to thank my crew for lending their time and talent to make this program possible. I also want to thank the staff of RVTV for their support and encouragement. And I also want to thank you for watching. See you next time on Ramping Up Your English. I'm John Letts.
You've been watching Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate level English language learners. Learn more. Visit our website at letscreate.org. You can also watch or download today's program at archive.org/details/roadtv. Join us next time on RVTV Voices for Ramping Up Your English.